I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all agree on that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out. She does not want to be the first lady anymore.
They agree with you.
She doesn't want to be the first lady. She destroyed the Rose Garden. Who hates Christmas? Melania Trump hates Christmas. She doesn't want to decorate for Christmas. She doesn't want to.
She doesn't care about that.
She doesn't want to sleep in the same room with him. She can't tolerate him.
Allegedly.
And she does.
Yeah, how do you know all this?
Yeah, how do you know?
You don't know all this.
Allegedly. That's why I say allegedly.
Get ready, everyone, because this story is going to be really exciting. We have a big court fight happening, and I promise you won't want to miss any part of it. Melania Trump, who used to be the First Lady of America, is taking the people who host The View TV show to court. She's saying they said mean things about her, and now she wants a huge amount of money to $100 million. Yes, you heard that right, $100 million. This is a fight that could change the TV and news world, and everyone is already talking about it. So what exactly is happening here? Let me explain it step by step. First, let me tell you that Melania Trump is suing the people who host The View because they said some really shocking things about her on their TV show. And when I say shocking, I mean they really made her angry. This isn't just regular famous people fighting. We're talking about a big court case that could change how TV shows and newspapers treat famous people. And Melania, she's not giving up or staying quiet. Now let me tell you about the things they said that started this whole mess. While they were talking on The View, the hosts were discussing Melania's time as First Lady, and let's just say what they thought about her wasn't very nice. Actually, some of the things they said were really mean and made people upset. One host, for example, said that Melania wasn't very excited about being the First Lady. What they meant was that she didn't want to be First Lady in the first place and wasn't happy being married to Donald Trump. Those are some really big things to say about someone's personal life.
Critics are going hard after a liberal media member for vile comments about Melania Trump. The former First Lady appears to signal her support for reproductive rights in a video out yesterday.
Individual freedom is a fundamental principle that I safeguard. Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth, individual freedom. What does my body, my choice really mean?
And this take is pretty shocking.
I think she hates him.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Okay, so we can all agree on that. That's a given. I also think that she wants to take him out.
Wow. I mean, that is violent. They've got to stop talking like that about a former president who's had 2 assassination attempts. I mean, that's just ignorant.
But that wasn't even the worst part. The conversation quickly turned into lots of mean comments about Melania's personal choices and things she did while in the White House. They criticized everything from how she decorated the White House to what she thought about Christmas traditions. One host even went so far as to say that Melania didn't care about her job as First Lady, making it sound like someone who was angry and unhappy with what people expected her to do. As you can imagine, these kinds of comments didn't make Melania happy at all.
Because I do want to get back to this point with the left and Melania Trump. Why can't she just be her own woman and have separate? And so why all that criticism? I mean, that was gross from The View. And look, The View is not the litmus test of America. We don't think that.
They were afraid of that remark. That was their problem.
So why did they handle it that way?
Here's the thing, Melania is known for keeping her personal life very private, especially compared to other famous people. So when these personal attacks were made, people say she was really mad, and it didn't take long for her to do something about it. Melania filed a court case against most of the people on The View, saying that what they said was not only untrue but also really hurt her reputation. Now this isn't just about getting her feelings hurt or trying to get attention. This is about protecting her good name and making sure that lies and mean stories about her don't spread everywhere. And let's be clear, this court case isn't something you see every day. Famous people, especially those in Melania's situation, usually take a more quiet approach to mean things said about them on TV. Many choose to make short statements or simply ignore the drama. But Melania, she's not backing down. By filing this court case, she's sending a message that she's not willing to let lies about who she is go without a fight. She's fighting for people to be responsible for what they say, and she's doing it in a really big way.
These are such vile comments, but they are exactly what The View's audience loves. It is targeted perfectly at a radically feminist, liberal audience that loves hate. Another now, this is loving and tolerant rhetoric the left uses, which they accuse the opposing side of using And this one, those women are a danger to America. They do more than anyone else to stoke political and social tension. The former president says he thinks his wife should be allowed to think for herself.
But why does this matter? Why is this court case so important? Well, everyone, this case is about more than just famous people fighting. It's about a much bigger problem. What can and can't be said about famous people? This court case brings up really important questions about what people are allowed to say, how TV shows should be responsible, and how to protect people's good names. Melania's court battle could set an example for how future cases about people saying mean lies involving famous people are handled. And it could have a huge effect on the way TV shows like talk shows treat personal things about the people they talk about. Think about it, if Melania wins this case, it could change the way TV shows approach controversial or guessing stories about politicians, celebrities, and their families. We could see a major change in what's considered okay content. On shows like The View and other big TV shows, this could lead to a more careful approach when discussing famous people's private lives. But on the other side, it could also start arguments about possibly making it too scary for people to speak freely, especially when it comes to talking about the lives of those famous people. And here's where it gets even more interesting: the timing of this court case. Right as Melania files her legal claim, Donald Trump is making headlines for a completely different set of reasons. Some people are already guessing that this legal action could be a smart move on Melania's part. Could this court case be a planned attempt to get the TV news spotlight back onto her, especially with everything going on in the political world? After all, Donald Trump's problems and legal battles are taking over the news. So could Melania's court case be part of a bigger plan to get her presence back in the TV news world? It's definitely something to think about. But let's take a moment to talk about the comments that really pushed Melania to take legal action.
Allegedly, he was cheating while Melania was pregnant.
That was all. That's not going to come in front of the jury, though. The judge has ruled that.
We're not on television now. And then after Melania gave birth to the baby, he found Stormy to strip around with, right?
Yes.
It's like, should look at him and say, you know, what kind of an insecure jerk are you? You know what I mean? It's like, oh, my wife's pregnant. I'm not attracted to her big belly or something. And now she's paying attention to the baby and not me.
One of the most shocking moments happened when a host said that Melania hates her husband and no longer wanted to live with him. Can you believe that? These kinds of statements are not only very personal, they're also really hurtful. For many viewers, it was one of those moments where you had to listen again to make sure you heard it right. How bold these comments were left a lot of people shaking their heads. It's one of those times where the line between what someone thinks and harmful gossip becomes really blurry. What's been really surprising in all of this is how quickly Melania has moved to take legal action. Important figures usually don't react so fast. Many would have made a statement or simply let it go. But Melania isn't playing that game. She's going all in, taking the fight straight to court. And with $100 million on the table, it's clear she means business. This is a serious legal battle, not just a publicity stunt. Melania is sending a clear message. The effect of these comments goes far beyond a small TV disagreement. This is about protecting her personal and public reputation for the long term.
Now you know who has been bragging all over the campaign trail about how he's the one that overturned Roe v. Wade. But apparently, his wife has different thoughts on the reproductive rights after posting this video plugging her memoir. Take a look.
Individual freedom is a fundamental principle that I safeguard. Without a doubt, there is no room for compromise when it comes to this essential right that all women possess from birth: individual freedom. What does my body, my choice really mean?
So what does this mean for the rest of us? This case could bring up some pretty big questions about the relationship between TV news, famous people, and personal privacy. Can celebrities and politicians expect full privacy, or do they have to accept a certain level of public watching as part of being famous? Where do we draw the line between free speech and saying mean lies? This case could change media law, and smart people are already guessing that the outcome will have a chain reaction across the entertainment world. If Melania wins, it could change how TV news handles personal stories about famous people, whether they're celebrities, politicians, or even their families. Of course, the case is already getting some criticism. Some believe that Melania is simply using the situation for publicity, while others argue that she's standing up for her reputation and drawing a much-needed line in the sand when it comes to what's okay in the media. The truth is likely somewhere in between. But one thing is for sure, this court case is shining a spotlight on the complicated mix of fame, personal privacy, and media responsibility. As this case moves through the courts, all eyes will be on both Melania and The View to see how the legal system responds to her claims. This isn't just about the money, it's about setting a new standard for how TV news can discuss famous people. If Melania wins, we could see a massive change in how talk shows, news outlets, and entertainment programs handle controversial subjects involving celebrities and politicians. The drama is just getting started, and we'll be here to keep you informed every step of the way. So what do you think? Is Melania right to sue, or could this set a dangerous example for free speech in the media? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear from you. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with all the latest developments. This is a story that's going to be talked about for a long time, and we'll be right here bringing you all the twists, turns, and updates. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay engaged, stay informed, and we'll see you right here next time with more breaking news on Melania, The View, and everything else this jaw-dropping story brings. Take care, everyone.